All right, guys, how you doing? Welcome back to 90 Minutes Strong, the 5 Reasons Sports Inter Miami pregame show. I'm joined here again on a very special day in South Florida sports. We have a lot of professional teams playing today. Well, and I guess a college team, but we have a lot of South Florida teams playing. The Marlins are kicking off right now. Martin over here is a baseball guy. And then we've also got the Hurricanes kicking off at 7:30 and the Heat kicking off at 8:30 with Inter Miami kicking off in about 30 minutes at 7 o'clock against third-time opponents now, Atlanta United. So we're gonna get ready with this pregame show here. Martin, you excited for the game today?
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this all-out Saturday where I'm so happy that I can be a couch potato with no guilt. It's beautiful to see sports being back. I mean, starting now up until tomorrow night, we have a smorgasbord of sports where we can just enjoy the hell out of it. Just gorge on sports being back and soccer sports being relevant. I mean, these are all important games for Miami sports. Let's recap a little bit, okay? The Marlins, they are making a playoff push and they absolutely must win today against the Nationals. The Hurricanes, they want to make a statement against Louisville. And I'm not going to get into a Louisville and Louisville argument. You can pronounce it however you want.
No, you're good. That's the way I see it.
And then you have obviously the Miami Heat trying to take a 3-0 lead in the Eastern Conference Finals to continue their amazing run. And obviously we have Inter Miami making their own very early playoff push, but still trying to prove to themselves that they can be consistent. I'm pumped up because their great striker is coming. Gonzalo Higuain is poised to make his debut sometime soon. Already an official reinforcement. So I'm pumped up. I'm telling you, this is great.
And you guys should be pumped up too. We have a bunch of pregame shows lined up here. Right after this show, it'll be over to the Canes show, and then after that show, it'll be for the Heat show. So stay tuned on the YouTube channel. We've got a lot of stuff and content coming. If you're not watching the games or you can multitask, do that. Couple of team news, announcements. We talked about Higuain. He talked about Higuain really shortly. He is here. He's here. He signed with the team, an official player. They're just working on his visa, and I think that he just has to clear the quarantine period. It started when he came here last Thursday, so he should be good to go either by the next game or the one after that. So we'll see him really shortly, which is huge. It's even bigger now because we got the starting lineup, and I'll get to why Higuain is so important, other than the fact that he is Gonzalo Higuain. We have the same exact back line and defense: Robles, Figal, Reyes, LGP, and Sweat. Sweat had the concussion in the last game, so it's good to see that he's recovered and able to play. He left in like the 6th minute, and it really hindered Inter Miami, I will say. It'll be good to see him back on the ball going forward. It looks like we have 2 holding midfielders, and that is the pairing of Ujoa and Matuidi that we've seen so often. Pizarro will be playing right in front of them as a number 10. We have Breck Shea out on the left, and Lewis Morgan, my guy, out on the right, and then the one and only Juan Agudelo starting up top. When you look at the subs bench, it's McCarthy, Nealis, Ambrose, Torres, De La Garza, Chapman, Trapp, and Pellegrini. Notice there's no Robbie Robinson and no Julian Carranza. Michelle Kaufman from the Miami Herald just reported that they both picked up training injuries, and that's why they're not in the team today. So there is no backup striker on the bench for Inter Miami. Juan Agudelo is going to have to be the man up top today. How upset I am at the fact that is, I can't state it enough. I got into a couple arguments on Twitter about Juan Agudelo and how he doesn't impact this team at all whatsoever. And I don't think he should be an Inter Miami player, but that's just my opinion. Look, he's going to have to get the job done, isn't he?
No, just like they would say in Frozen, let it go. I mean, this is the last hurrah of Juan Agudelo as a relevant Inter Miami player because he will be not only below Carranza after this match, he's also going to be below Higuain. So being the third striker, you can leave your worries behind.
I think he's going to be the 4th striker to me. I think Robbie Robinson. I still put Robbie Robinson.
Okay, 4th striker, so even less worrisome. The fact that he's starting today is more circumstantial than anything. So he's been frustrating ever since the MLS is back tournament, and that hasn't changed. So, but don't worry, he's gone soon enough. It's almost procedural by now.
Yeah, it is completely circumstantial. So I can't get too upset. It's not like Alonso is choosing him, even though I think he still would choose him anyway because for some reason he got to play against Orlando. Look, the lineup other than Agudelo for me right now is perfect. And if you were to insert Higuain, if you told me that Higuain was starting today, I'd say this is it. This is what I want to ride with all the way through to the playoffs, and I'd be okay with it, to be honest with you. Whether it be Shea on the left or maybe even try Robbie Robinson as a number 7 out left, like he did so much at Clemson, like I've talked about a bunch. Make sure to follow my Twitter. I have a bunch of stuff on there. Martins as well, if you're into every other sport other than soccer. Mine is mostly just soccer, but a little bit of a shameless plug there. But anyway, Robbie Robinson, look, it's unfortunate not to see him play, but if him or Shea are out on the left, I'm okay with it. And this is almost perfect for me. There's been a lot of not speculation, but there's been a lot of talk about Figal playing right back and wanting to start Nealis because Figal has been indisciplined and he's making crazy tackles in the back. But look, he's 25. He's completely solid. This team is not giving up a lot of goals at all. We've had a couple of clean sheets here and there, and we've picked up a couple of points. The game against Orlando was disappointing to say the least. But I don't know if we deserve 0 points, but the back line did fine. I think the back line is okay, and I think we should leave it like that. Two people I want to talk about mainly here is Matuidi and Pizarro. Blaise Matuidi did not have the impact against Orlando that he has had for this team so far. Do we need to see a little bit more of creativity or interplay from Blaise Matuidi to help this team pick up a point or 3 points here tonight against Atlanta?
I think Matuidi has been just fine, really.
He didn't have a bad performance at all.
No, the thing about Matuidi is I don't know what you want to see from him more like because he's not someone that's gonna be flashy. He's more someone that's gonna do the little things perfectly, the medium things right, and the big things perfectly. So in a way, he's been more about the little things. Like for an analogy, let's say Jimmy Butler, right? He sets up his teammates in the first 3 quarters, and then he scores in the fourth. Matuidi is not going to score, at least not often. So what he does is he sets his teammates up for success. You're not going to see him in the heart of the box, heading the ball and just putting it in the back of the net. He's someone that's going to keep the team in a very orderly fashion and making sure that others don't make mistakes. And then if he can, put that through ball in there for Agudelo to miss the shot. So, that's what Matuidi is gonna do. But remember what I said about Inter Miami before this comeback started, after the MLS back tournament and before the restart? What were they gonna be? 2-2-2. They were gonna be perfectly mediocre, right? What have they been? Perfectly mediocre. Maybe with a couple of results intertwined where like you didn't think that those results would be possible. But Inter Miami has proven that they can beat Atlanta United. This is the Atlanta United that won the MLS Cup. They are not going to have Pity Martinez. They don't have Barcos today. So
Barcos not in the lineup today?
I don't think so.
Wow.
So it's here. I have the lineup right here. Jan, Gallagher, Moranis, Rossetto, Remedy, Larentovic, Bello, Wax, Robinson, Escobar, and Gusan. No Barcos in Atlanta. No ships to sail.
So that's a positive for sure. I don't know. Were those Sevilla rumors picking up at all, or did you hear anything about that?
Well, the Sevilla rumors have been there, but I mean, Barco. I think it's just a matter of maybe that something happened to him. But let me just look it up real quick right here, and I'm gonna say that like apparently that there has been an agreement regarding Ezequiel Barco. It will be between $20 and $22 million to Sevilla. So I think Sevilla maybe doesn't want him to play. And as an Argentinian, I'm really excited because the fact that Barco and Ocampos will be in the same team, and Barco has a national team future. So I'm excited about that. So it's good for Inter Miami, good for me, good for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, as an MLS fan, instead of just being an Inter Miami fan, it's really cool to see an MLS player. Not that he's been an MLS player his whole career, his young career, I should say, but to see someone shine and be sold for that kind of money is always good for the league. Even though we won't get to keep him, but that's always good that we have that talent there. But it is good for Inter Miami because he is such an impact player in the midfield, and we won't have to worry about it. Although he did miss 2 penalties last time we played him, and Luis Robles came up huge. We won't have to worry about Ezequiel Barco today. Someone who plays on the other side for us, which is Rodolfo Pizarro, I think that he's going to have quite the performance for us, considering Agudelo is starting up top, and I don't back his finishing ability at all whatsoever. I think that the Pizarro Matuidi link up, I want it to be evident today. I want it to be really strong, and I want to see good creative play going forward. Like you said, Matuidi, he's not the guy who's going to do everything, for the team, but he is going to set up other people. And if he can set up Pizarro, if Pizarro has someone to set him up, I think that he's going to be really, really, really quality. We know he's a quality player, but he needs a little bit of help, and Matuidi is there for him. And I want to see that link up today to be, just super, super impactful. Brek Shea and Ben Sweat, that left wing comparison is going to be massive. The thing is about Ben Sweat is that, in the beginning of the year, it was, okay, this guy's a little bit shaky at left back. And then after the restart, Ben Sweat was one of our best attackers, I would say. And that's a little bit crazy, and you would never, ever think that about him. But going forward, Ben Sweat has been phenomenal. And when we lost him in the Orlando game and Mikey Ambrose was subbed on, there was absolutely no threat from the left side, especially because Juan Agudelo was playing out on the left. So it was Juan Agudelo and Mikey Ambrose, and now we're going to see today Brek Shea and Ben Sweat. So expect the attack from both the left side and the right side with Morgan and Figal to be huge. And Alonso, we know, likes to use the wings in order to go forward. So look, Brek Shea and Ben Sweat, this is going to be good to see. And the one thing about I've said over and over and over again about Brek Shea being in front of Ben Sweat is that he can also drop in behind because he has the left back experience at his old club, which is Atlanta United and Orlando City. But look, if Ben Sweat can get forward today and Brek Shea can provide cover, I think that there's going to be a lot of balls into the box. And whether or not Agudelo scores them or somebody scores them, it's going to be a positive thing for this team going forward because we will have a star striker coming in, and we need to build that support for him when he does get here. So that's my thoughts on Ben Sweat and Brek Shea. Another one is Lewis Morgan. He had that 2-goal performance, and since then it hasn't been as crazy for him, but he's always been that impactful player. Do you think that he gets on the score sheet today, or at least an assist?
I think Lewis Morgan always is a threat offensively. I mean, he's always going to bring the energy. So it's really up to Agudelo to give Morgan or Pizarro someone to give him the chance to get the assists. But I believe in Lewis Morgan because he is really someone that brings the energy, brings the speed, brings the passion, and he's been starting every match ever since that the team came back after the pandemic. He has my trust. I'm not concerned about him. And regarding Sweat, I like the fact that Miami, at the very least, is being consistent with its starting defense, and that's something to build on, regardless of whether we like Sweat or not. And also, let's give the fans a little update on MLS action today, because I see that in the comments, fans are talking about how maybe the fans got overhyped thinking about Inter Miami in this first year, wanting the team to make the playoffs. So let's look at the landscape right now, right? Okay, so right now we have Inter Miami in 14th place. That's the last place in the Eastern Conference right now with 8 points, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses. The last playoff spot is held by New England, which has 15 points. 7 points is not that big of a margin, and besides, New England has a game in hand. They just tied with New York City FC, which is 5th with 17 points, 0-0. So that means that if Inter Miami were to win today against Atlanta United, not only will they catch Atlanta United in the standings with a better goal differential, but also will be just 4 points back of New England. So that will be a big development for Inter Miami.
Actually, with this season, it's not just 7 teams making the playoffs; it's 10.
10?
It's
then
10. I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But there are going to be 10 playoff teams from the Eastern Conference this year. And, you were talking about us overtaking Atlanta. Atlanta's in that 10th spot. So if Miami get the win today and, a couple other results fall between DC United, Chicago, and Cincinnati in our favor, Miami's in a playoff spot after today if they can get 3 points, which is massive.
I totally forgot about that, and I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. 10 out of 14. That's a participation medal for. Like
Absolutely.
I feel the same way about Mexico with 12 of the 18 teams making the playoffs. That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. You don't if you win 33% of your games, you don't deserve to make the playoffs. I'm sorry,
And
but
I totally agree.
so
But look,
but
I mean, it's an unprecedented year. There was a lot of, we don't even know the schedule past like 3 weeks. So it's just, there's so many things going on with the pandemic and everything like that. So it was just something I got, not that I agree with it, but it was something that the league put in place. And I mean, if anything, it benefits Miami. So I'm not going to be against it in that aspect, because we're always going to be talking about us trying to make a playoff spot, which is big, especially because.
Well, I mean, yeah, like look, people aren't gonna complain if the Marlins are eighth in the National League. They're not gonna complain about them making the playoffs for the first time in 17 years. But it is a strange circumstance where normally a 10th place team or an 8th place team in baseball they wouldn't make the playoffs, and that just, to me, if you make the playoffs, you want to make it seem like to make it feel like an accomplishment, and to go, like to have a 330 winning percentage and sneak into the playoffs. It's kind of like I feel the same way about the NFL in the 7th playoff spot. Okay, congratulations, you went 7-9 and just backed into the playoffs to play the Chiefs. Congratulations, you really earned it. Now, it's where is the competitive fire? Where is the will to improve? Because you're just rewarding mediocrity.
Yeah, and this team has been nothing, more than mediocre, maybe even a little disappointing. So, I guess it'd be fitting if we.
No, but let's keep in mind that with Higuain in the fold, this team could go from mediocre to really competitive, and this team could really, I mean, they could really be in the top half of the table. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah.
For people to understand, I have a conflicted relationship with Higuain as a fan because he has let me down with Argentina repeatedly throughout the past half decade, but that's my problem. As far as Inter Miami fans go, you're going to be so happy with him. He will automatically be the best striker in the league, even better than Vela. We're talking about a 3-time La Liga champion, a 3-time Serie A champion, someone with 300 plus goals in his career, someone that scored a hat trick in a World Cup, something that is absolutely really hard to do. And he's, I believe, only one of 2 Argentinian strikers to have scored a hat trick in the World Cup. Do you know who the other one is? By the way, a little piece of spontaneous trivia there.
Is it an older player or a modern player?
I know an older player.
Crespo.
No, you're close though. You're close. Who was Crespo's sub for?
Oh God, you're really testing my knowledge here. Ooh.
It starts with a B. Batistuta.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
I tried.
But Inter Miami is getting someone that is so accomplished and so experienced. He actually said that he wants to bring that experience to Inter Miami. And if you look at how the team is composed now with Matuidi, Pizarro, Higuain, you're going to have players that are going to bring the team to the next level. Higuain is going to make such a difference. You have no idea. His goal scoring prowess is second to none in the MLS. Even though I resent him for missing that goal in the 2014 World Cup, in the 2015 Copa America, and the 2016 Copa America. But like I said, that's my problem.
Look, go ahead.
He's 100 times better than Agudelo. And Daniel Johnson asked, Maradona never scored a hat trick in the World Cup.
I think we were talking specifically strikers, though, and we were also talking specifically strikers.
Specifically strikers, but no, Maradona never scored more than 2 goals in the World Cup. So that's surprising. Pelé actually scored a hat trick in the World Cup, but Messi didn't. Maradona didn't. That just tells you. In fact, Messi, you know how many goals he has in the World Cup? 1. He has 1 goal in the. No, actually, he has. Sorry, He has more than he has two in 2014. He didn't score in 2010, and he scored one in 2006. So he has three goals in the World Cup, and in 2018, I don't believe he scored in the last World Cup. He didn't score against Iceland. He didn't score against Croatia. Definitely, they lost 3-0.
No,
He
yeah.
did score against Nigeria. He scored against Nigeria. So he has 4 goals in 4 World Cups. Higuain scored 3 in one match. That tells you everything.
We're going to stay on the Higuain topic. Anthony Manzano questioned, since he's already in Miami and possibly already signed his contract, which yes he has, and yes he is here. Can you play right away tonight, or do you have to wait until next week? So, due to first of all the COVID-19 protocols in the league, you do have to go through a 10 to 14 day quarantine period. I believe that Higuain arrived on Wednesday or Thursday, so that 10 days is definitely not up yet. And they're also, I don't think he would be able to play today because they're still working out his visa situation, his work visa situation, since he is an international player. You have to get a work visa and go through all that kind of stuff. So there's a bunch of technicalities there. He is not available for selection tonight, not available for play. And look, it's fine because when he comes here, look, Martin has talked about this over and over. This guy is way more than impactful. And I think that he's going to have Zlatan Ibrahimovic MLS impact when he gets here. He's going to be on that level. 100%.
And he's younger too. He's younger than Ibrahimovic.
Not that Higuain is, the level of player that Ibra was, but Ibra was so much older when he did come here, and I think that it's almost completely comparable, and I think that we're going to see that. And then here, No Mercy, No Love says, what about Higuain in Napoli, and then his first time in Juve? Yeah, look, he was sold from Napoli to Juve for, what was it, $90 million, or euros, I should say. It was a huge transfer fee, and this guy was always banging in goals on a top level in whatever league he was in. Chelsea, Napoli, Juve, all these teams. This guy
Real
is
Madrid.
And Real Madrid. Yeah, how did I forget Real Madrid?
River. I mean, he's always been successful wherever he went.
100%. And this is going to be no different. I'm sorry. I mean, this is the MLS, and MLS is not on that quality at all. And this guy still could be. I genuinely believe this guy could still be playing top 5 league soccer in Europe. I do. I think that he could be either a rotational striker or an everyday starter. Look, if I was a team, especially right now with my team in Manchester United, who was awful today, I would love to see him come on for Anthony Martial. I would in the 60th minute or something like that. I mean, we need that goal scoring prowess, but so does Inter Miami. So I'm glad he is here.
Aim for the September 23rd game at home against the New York Red Bulls to see Higuain for the first time,
which would be awesome.
That would be great. And who knows? Maybe we'll have to channel surf between the Inter Miami Red Bull game and game 2 of the NBA Finals between the Heat and the Lakers.
Yes, please. That would be a great day.
that would be an awesome day. What a Wednesday! What a moment! But let's not get too ahead of ourselves with either thing because.
So his dream lineup. His dream lineup here is almost what I said: Lewis Morgan on the right, Higuain up top, Robbie Robinson on the left. That would be perfect for me. Although Brekshea probably gets the nod over Robinson, Pizarro in behind, it's perfect. It's a playoff team. I said it a while ago. I put a tweet about it in what my lineup would be. It is absolutely perfect, and there's no way that I think that our attack would be almost too good for MLS defenses at that point if we're able to create the midfield play, which we have Matuidi now, and the Matuidi Pizarro to Higuain, it'll be perfect. It'll be perfect. Look, 6:55. Martin, I always ask you for predictions. What are we going with today? I want to say this. I haven't said it yet. We have not lost to Atlanta United in 2 games this year. It's our 3rd matchup. Are we going to lose today?
I'm gonna not just give you Inter Miami. Like we're live and we're gonna be taped, so I'm gonna give you the weekend's prediction. Okay.
Ooh,
so
like
we
that.
have Inter Miami 1, Atlanta United 1. I see a draw in the horizon because these two teams are evenly matched. And Inter Miami is not scaring the list of Atlanta United, sans Barco, but I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Then you have the University of Miami playing against Louisville. I see a shootout there. actually prevails 35-31. Then you have the Miami Heat. The Celtics should win this game. I don't see how they would just give in the way the Bucks or the Pacers did before. But if it's close, I don't see how the Heat lose this. I'm not gonna give a score, but if it's close, I am absolutely optimistic. Let's say Miami 105 and Boston 103. But if it's close, I believe Miami wins. If Boston can pull away, if it's truly angry and truly pissed off, then I mean, look, we will still be in the series lead. And then you have, well, the Marlins are winning right now, and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are gonna be the Dolphins. I don't even want to talk about them. I mean, I would like to be optimistic and say they're gonna win, but I don't think, considering what we saw last week, I see like a 20-16 Bills win, unfortunately. But it's gonna be an exciting weekend. I can't wait. This is gonna be so good. And let's leave now for what the people are truly waiting for, right? The Miami Heat pregame show.
Yep, it's coming up here. It's always fun to watch them and talk about that. So make sure you guys tune into that. But I think that the Canes are first. They'll do the Canes pregame show first, and then the Heat later.
Oh, okay. Kane's pregame show too. That's gonna be awesome. So,
And look, I'm gonna say this really quickly. We're gonna compare notes after this. Ready? 2-0 Inter Miami. Canes win 28-17 against Louisville. I think the defense
17. Only Louisville scored 17.
Defense really shows up big. De'Aaron King's gonna run for 2 touchdowns tonight.
Okay.
Then I have the Marlins winning tonight. That's fine. I have the Heat. I want to say that they're going to win and go up 3-0, but I do think that the Celtics do pull it off. But if Bam has a third quarter like he did, it's over. The Heat are going to win. But I'll say Heat 109, Celtics 113, and then I'm going to go Dolphins to lose 28-17. How about that?
Okay, that sounds good to me. Also, I'm just surprised how Louisville's scoring only 17 points.
It'll be fine. Listen, the defense, the defense is going to be fine. I got my Kane shorts on, my lucky Kane shorts on under, so I'm mismatching here. But look, I think De'Aaron King's going to show up big, so that's just me. And so is Lewis Morgan, scoring both.
All right, that? Sounds good. Well, I can't wait. Two minutes until the game starts. Put the Inter Miami game on the TV on mute. Leave the Canes pregame show on. The Heat pregame show. Then we have the Inter Miami postgame with you afterwards.
Yep,
right?
If they're not doing their postgame, but yes, hopefully.
And then the Miami Heat postgame. So it's gonna be just what a night on 5 Reasons Sports. Just keep
awesome.
this YouTube window refreshed. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, please do. Or put the notification bell on so you get all the notification for the live videos. All right, guys, we're going to head out of here. Send it over to the Kane Show. Thanks for joining, Martin. Nice to see you.
No problem. See ya.